Hello and welcome back to the Kerbal Space program. My name is WWDadman, but you already know that we are back in orbit, back docked. As you see, we used up pretty much all of our freaking monopropellant. But yeah, back in the dock where we should be. I'm gonna also go ahead and make sure that I am controlling from here. And that I shut down these. Shutdown engine. Shutdown engine and shutdown engine. Which means now these are the only ones that are on, because these are off. All four. Yeah, good. Which means we're going to put these up here where they belong, and we are going to transfer the fuel over to this vessel, since alt click in. We don't really need any fuel in the middle of this anymore, and that gives us like a few hundred more delta V to go back to Kerbin. We basically have almost double of what we need to go back, but yeah, we really don't need any in this. What I do want to have in this is the little bit that's still out here, since that will be used to deorbit the entire ship once we are on our way back home. However, the way back home is not gonna start until Duna is in the right alignment to go out to Kerbin. So what we are going to do is we are going to go back to the Spacetruck Mark 1 and finally ride that back home to Kerbin. The one with the docking port that's completely wobbly and ass. And that also does not have any freaking control. Yeah, at least this has still monopropellant left. Large amounts. So that's what we will need to freaking turn anywhere. But yeah. First of all, into the sphere of influence of Kerbin. And there we are, back at Kerbin. Now we actually have a connection, which means that we now actually are able to turn this thing when we need to, which is good, since we kind of need to. Close the alarm and unpause. This actually has... I fucked that up on the Mark II. This has way more than enough reaction wheels. Like, this is turning incredibly well. I am surprised. Anyway, so we kind of want to go retrograde-ish. Which means that Kerbin's coming in there. We wanna focus view on Kerbin for a moment. Upon coming in here, I mean, we need to fly up a ship that attaches the landing equipment anyway. So we're going to add a maneuver here to slow down into an orbit. We have like more than enough left. We're gonna put this into a nice, really low orbit. That's actually like equatorial. So We're going to leave this kind of wide for now. Then we're going to make that match the satellites in inclination, and then we can send up whatever we need to send up to attach a heat shield, because I'm not very confident that these can do much. And definitely parachutes, because we did not attach any parachutes whatsoever. I'm thinking like clawing the parachutes to these parts. Would that work? And like, I mean, just put this part, like, we can always claw individual heat shields onto these. And then we also dock a bunch of parachutes there. So we don't need too much stuff. We just need to actually make a rocket that can deliver all of that. But that's not the problem. Yeah, that's basically what's gonna be happening until the Duna Kerbin window opens up. Anyway, so yeah, just hold retrograde for now. We are going into orbit. Hi, Kerbin. We're coming by Kerbin. Okay, basically just from this position, close the alarm, see. And we're about where we want to be. Killed at maneuver node. And just stop for now. What we want to do is about here-ish burn, so we match planes with the equatorial satellites. That's another 200, and that's easy. So would you not fight me? Thank you, SAS. You fucking SAS. Okay. Should be roughly fine. We are crossing over KSC, so that's KSC actually, but yeah, we are crossing over at KSC, so that should be fine for launching something up into our orbit. We are gonna go and drop this orbit a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to get to. After all, we have all the frickin' fuel in the world. Same shit over here. That's a nice 300 by 500. 369 by 289. That's fine. That is fine. Okay, so we are going to build the thing that distributes a little bit of landing equipment to this thing. So we've walked the surface of Ike, we've planted a flag on Ike, we've performed a rendezvous maneuver around Ike, we've started constructing a first station around Ike. No, that's not a station, that's a ship, you fucking idiot. We have performed a docking maneuver on Ike. Around Ike. That wasn't on Ike. Never mind that. But yeah, that should be fine. Also, since we have the bigger antenna stuff now, I kinda wanna like put 3 satellites in a triangle out here. Like here, here, and here, that have the bigger antenna. So whatever we do, we always have like full connection outside of Kerbin. So yeah, and those don't really need to be in a really all too exact orbit. Then again, they're gonna agglomerate somewhere again and be completely useless again if I don't cheat them into the exact same orbital plane. But yeah, we'll see about that. I mean, it works fine for these. These are exactly where they should be. And so are the ones around the moon and around Ike and Duna. So, and around Minmus. So I'm very much into trying to get these. But yeah, between the moon and Minmus somewhere, I want a like long range satellite network that makes sure that we can communicate all the way out to Elu if we need to. So we're gonna go back to the Space Center for now. And we're gonna have a look at our well, first of all, our contracts, because that also kind of tells us what we're doing next. Orbital station around Kerbin. You know, as much as an ISS is something that, like, or KSS, I guess. Is something that's definitely cool to do. It isn't really reusable, is it? And we don't really need all the science that we would get from putting a science lab up there. So yeah, plant a flag on Minmus, not happening. Position satellite in orbit, no. Science data from surface of... We've already been to Duna, we're not going back there. There's nothing interesting on Duna anymore. Surface outpost. The whole colonization thing is not something we're going to touch upon until Kerbal Space Program 2. Because KSP2 is actually going to have the necessary like equipment and gameplay parts built in for colonization. Then we're definitely going to do a whole colonization of the entire Kerbal system in the end. Like every single frickin' moon and planet that is landable gets a base and like a big launch facility and everything. So be sure that we will have a lot of fun with KSP2 once that's out. But that's not out yet, so no outposts. Explore the moon. We already did the moon. What do you want? Rendezvous or dock? We already, like, we don't need to rendezvous or dock around the moon to have a way to come back. We don't need that. We absolutely don't need that. We also don't need a station around the moon or anything. Like, that's a different series. That would be a colonization series where we first put an orbital station around everything and then put a base on everything. That would be really fun, but in the next Kerbal Space Program, not in this one. Tourists. Build a new surface outpost on Gilly. That's the wrong thing to start the Gilly exploration with. Really. Why would you want... I like that Stratco wants the surface outpost on Gilly, because you kind of need to strut everything down on Gilly for it to stay on Gilly. Like, the thing doesn't have a fucking gravity field. Like, you bounce off that thing easy. That's like trying to land the frickin' Rosetta lander. Temperature service of Ike, no thank you. Stationary orbit of Eve. That is going to be there anyway. But not with that frickin' equipment. So, yeah, not happening right now. I love how this is absolutely garbage, and we don't have any active contracts. So, yeah, we're going to leave these to themselves until the actual mission is back. But for now, I like how coming home from Duna and Ike, in this case Ike, is not part of the contracts. But yeah, we've got 120, which is not enough to even unlock anything, so we're not going to unlock anything. We have the biggest antennas in the world though, so that's what's coming up next after bringing back the other part. Which I still don't know whether we actually have the big heat shield. Heat. Inflatable? No. We do not have the inflatable heat shield. So what we're going to send up there instead is the 3.75 meter heat shield to dock to the back of everything. So that's gonna be 4 or 5 of those, I think. Like, if you look at the engine that's on there, that pretty much covers that. Right, so that's what we're gonna do. But first of all, we of course need the distribution vessel for that, and that's going to be a... Should we send up a crew for doing that? Kind of feel like that's unnecessary. Just put a Probodobodyne Octo or a Hex. Hex should probably be better. Make sure that we actually have reaction wheels on there. Alt click, that was it. Then yeah, I kind of want to put like little and then there needs to be a engineer. That's one would be enough, thank you. Okay. So that's the main vessel. And we're going to put like, I don't know. First of all, we need like the biggest fairing we have under that. So this one, right? And then we are going to put a long array of these on top, which is going to be our distribution holding site for our actual parts that we will dock to the ship. So on there, we're going to put octagonal struts for every part that needs to be distributed. We're going to try and put these on here kind of symmetrically, like 2, and then the next 2 are gonna be a little bit further up. What we want here is a little decoupler that stays attached to this part. So, coupling. The smallest decoupler we have. That is the smallest decoupler we have. Yeah. That means this stays attached, this releases. Which is exactly what we want. Because on top of that, we are going to put the heat shields. 3.75 meter heat shield. Get rid of those shrouds. And that means we can also put these closer. Because there's no shroud. So that looks stupid. Yeah. Obviously just for purpose of in case we need it, we're gonna put that here. Then we're gonna put in here a nice little battery that should probably also not float. Just don't clip through. Is basically what I want. Good. So that is the battery. Maybe like a second one. Maybe like a third one. Yeah, that should be fine. Then in there another hex. Don't forget we are recovering all of this, so it doesn't really matter how much this costs. Just so it really... Oh yeah, I can't do that. It really has enough energy. I'm gonna do this. Then we'll need RCS propellant. That is a very large RCS tank. That's better. And like on top of that, like 2 of these, one here and one here. And then the engines for that. No, not the vernier. We want something like this. Oh yeah, you can't. Everything over here is fine, good. I hope that that can kind of maneuver. And sorry. Reaction wheel and claw. And then we see if we can pack this into a fairing. Nope. At least not in that one. Do we have a bigger fairing? That is the 2. Oh, we do not have the 3.5 meter fairing. That is stupid. For now. So this is the Orbital Landing Equipment Distributor. Mark 1. Save. Yes, it's called OLED. I love when my naming schemes also have other meanings. Anyway, how much does the bigger fairing? Where is the bigger fairing even? There. That's 300 science. 300 science. Where do we get 300 science real quick? I mean, I guess we don't right now? But I'm going to assume that if we have the 3.5 meter fairing, which is basically the... well, the size of the frickin' heat shield in diameter. So 3.75 meters in the base, which means we can go out to here and build this completely. This should be fine. Because, like, if you compare that to the base of the current fairing we have, like, do you see how much difference that is? And if you do this, you can go, like, almost out here. That's basically where the other one starts. So that should be doable. For now, oops. We're gonna just ignore that. And we're going to basically control alt click on that. Put that on here as well. That looks good. So basically this is now a stack of 4 of these. Which is almost exactly what we need. We need another one. Because the middle will also have to have one. I'm gonna put that right here for now. If we can, like, take out a part, then that's gonna be fine. But yeah, for now, I want to do that. And then basically what I want is a similar construction to this, but I basically need the part that docks to the docking port and has the chutes on it. Or well, either way. I'm gonna put 2 that just go for shoots on the cones, I guess, just in case the other thing flies off, because it doesn't seem to be very well attached. So we're just gonna put this here, another freaking small decoupler. Where's the decoupler coupling that? Again, this is the part that goes off. That's the part it stays on. I guess I'm just gonna go with the hex immediately here. And then a bunch of batteries, obviously, since where would we be if it wouldn't be for batteries? Definitely wouldn't go anywhere without batteries. Then I want, obviously, the fuel. The RCS ports. Somewhere around here, I guess. Guess I'm gonna put these at an angle so they aren't in the way of the RCS ports. Yeah, looks better. That is obviously going to also carry the chutes. I'm kind of thinking like structural stuff for making the chutes actually work on this. I don't know, something like here and here. Then strut the shit out of that. I said strut the shit out of that. Also still need to strut the other parts. Should have probably done that before. Here, here, and from here, and obviously I want this strutted, because otherwise I'm pretty sure this is going to, oops, don't double click, you fucking ass. If we're gonna double click again, because that's something the game likes doing, I'm gonna stop, but that whole double click ordeal is a little bit annoying, and it's happening every time. Anyway, yeah, that's about that. Then the frickin' claw on this. like that. And a bunch of chutes. Like chutes, dear. This one like that, and boom, 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 boom. Really? That's a good amount of parachutes, I think. Also, just because I don't trust this shit for wobbling in midair. I'm going to add struts to this and struts to this. That hopefully helps with unwanted wobbles. Okay. And then we want like one thing that attaches to the docking port anyway, I guess. Which means I can basically put this on the other side, I hope. Let's see. If I put this basically exactly on the other side. Also give it a decoupler. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. And then the Clampatron? Which one do I have on the other one? This one or this one? Save. Open. Spacetruck, Spacetruck, Spacetruck. Spacetruck. Mark 1. Load. Clampatron docking port. Open. OLED. Clampatron. Okay. Alt. So that's that. Don't forget that these need to also be able to maneuver, so where the fuck is the... Here. X. Gonna put just one of these on each of these sides, as well as in between here. So it has a little bit of control of itself. And then we're gonna put that in here. Fucking batteries. Boom. And boom. While we're at it, you can get these on here in like a four-way symmetry. The frickin' fuel for it goes back here. Guess like that is fine. And then we have like a frickin' fuselage. That is way out there. More like a frickin' single shoot and like a bunch of these around. And like a bunch of these in between here. Four-way. Good. That seems fine. Let's see if the center of mass of that is still in the... That is surprising. That is surprisingly center. I'm fine with that. So yeah, so we just need a incredibly huge fairing to stow all of this. But that shouldn't be a problem with the new fairings as soon as we get them. Do we have anything that we actually can still get? I mean, I guess I can send a little rover around KSC and get stuff, but I don't think that there's anything that is worth like a few hundred. So this is gonna be interesting. And also don't forget to strut from here to here, here to, excuse me, here to here, here to here, and here to there, and I guess here to here. So that doesn't wobble anyway. Good. Save this thing, get the new fairing, and then put something under that can get this up. And then just have that part land back. I mean, I can basically already equip this with parachutes of its own, because it's gonna need them. Both sides. Z? Like that. Yeah. However, as I said, we'll need a bit more equipment to actually make this able to launch. But yeah, we will get around to that. Until then, though, we'll have to fast forward till the window for the Ike return. So I'll see you for that in the next episode. Until then, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WW Dadman. Bye.